Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Disco Elysium. Today, well, I'm gonna put on my normal clothes, I think, because I'm not exactly a big fan of that style of clothing. We don't have a hat anymore. I mean, I guess we could put on this hat. Yeah, that's good enough for now. Still a lot of logic. But yeah, what are we gonna do? So we need to ask about Ruby of the Village. There's the drunk people, the old lady, and my future wife. I guess we can start there. I think they're not gonna be out right now. The drunk's probably alright right now. We need to go back and tell them about those the crab dude. Yeah, we still haven't done that. I also could drop Kim off here right now to, go give drugs to Kuno. And apparently I need to talk to Joyce when I don't have Kim, even though I have the thought, I guess she doesn't do it unless Kim's not there.
You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That Ruby of yours?
Yeah, and?
Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Clasia. It was nice and Ruby-centric in the end.
Okay, so you are suggesting that blonde lady might still be a suspect?
Anything strike you a bit off about this mishmash?
Okay. So far, no one's mentioned hearing the shot. That's true.
Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy and his boys didn't mention it. Neither did you.
I just did. Well, the bullet didn't come from the roof. Didn't have to come from the roof. It could have come from anywhere on the coast, potentially.
Absolutely. It could have come from anywhere. But you're suddenly so certain it came from the roof behind them.
Yeah, I was a little, surprised by that too, because, it did seem like through that conversation, we mentioned the percentages, right? But after that, everyone's like, so the shot came from the roof, from the roof. How did you get on the roof? Shot came from the roof. So yeah, it's like, oh, okay. I guess the shot came from the roof, I guess. The bullet was jacketed. They don't just lie around everywhere, do they? Well, we found a broken one, and you can fix things that are broken.
Good point. It is rather rare these days, but do continue.
I got nothing else, so I'm done.
That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it. And conveniently go on. She's watching you leave right now. You know that. Free as a bird on that roof. Lighting up a cigarette.
She's not up there right now.
Am I glad Ruby's in this shit and not me?
Look, I didn't have any other options to choose, Volition.
Don't listen to this guy. The theory was solid. He's just jealous. Move on. It's no use harassing.
I'm gonna harass her more, don't worry. Not right now. Yeah, she's not even up there. Jesus. Just lie to me. Let's see. We want to go to fishing shacks. Old woman's still here. That's surprising. Future wife is still here too. Also kind of surprising. Sure, we can ask them then. Aye.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast.
Oh, we know a location.
Officer.
What do you do around here?
Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now I'm tarring a little skiff.
I don't know what that is, but that enough to make a living? What else?
I sell the fish to people in the Delta to serve at their fancy restaurants. Authentic Insular Indian cuisine.
Ah, shit. Is that enough to make a living?
Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises.
I mean, yeah, trash washes ashore all the time.
Keep it professional, man. Don't make it sound like you're hitting on her.
I mean, I am.
This is what is called a conversation. You don't have to be guarded right now.
Walking on the beach sounds quite romantic.
Oh, very. Finding pieces of glass, bits of wood. Every once in a while we get dead bodies. Human, animal, fish, other sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once.
Oh, consider me aroused.
What else? Bottles, drugs also, lost cargo in general. Most of the time it's just wood and glass. Very romantic.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all.
Breaking the fourth wall moment here.
Mines. Mines. You need mines.
I need to know about these human bodies. Okay, well, we're no longer flirting. This place looks bad. Why don't you leave? I'm not going to say that. This is probably all she can afford. She's been here for a while. And like, it's kind of rude. Maybe it's the right choice. I don't know. I wouldn't want to ask it, though. Drugs and eating for that. Major narc. Point to yourself. I mean, okay, you know, hey, let's skip back to reality here for a second. Like, there was a beach that we used to frequent quite frequently until fucking needles started washing the shore. Back in those days, apparently, they were, I guess there were people that would go out on the boats and shoot up. I guess, from what I was told as a kid, I don't know if this is true or not, but that shit used to wash up on the shores all the time. We stopped going after it became a frequent thing because you don't want to get stabbed by a used needle on a beach. Shocker, right? Not good for your health. Also, Jesus Christ, like, clean up after yourself. Just, like, you shouldn't do heroin for one, obviously. Like, there are many other less harmful things you can do, but heroin's definitely something you should avoid. But Jesus, just keep your needles to your fucking self. Jesus. Okay, I'm getting mad now. You know about those human bodies?
Well, you're barking under the wrong tree then, officer. I have no interest in floaters. Seen enough of them in my life already. Very unattractive bunch.
Yeah, maybe stay clear of the things reminded her of the floater she used to be married to.
Oh, fuck, you're right. I'm looking for someone else, actually.
Oh? Who?
I'm looking for a suspect who might have stayed in this neighborhood.
Okay. When did this person stay here?
Very recently, over the past 2 days. She might have arrived Friday.
Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after.
Yeah, understandable.
It's toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out there again.
Hell, I woke up at like... Okay, to be fair, I only slept like 3 hours before I had to wake up. But yeah, I woke up at like 6:30 this morning to return some medical stuff to the place. Because apparently they have a time for that, by the way. I found out yesterday. It's like, oh, by the way, you have to drop this off before like fucking, 8 a.m. Like, oh, okay, great. That's not gonna fuck everything up, but sure. This week's been full of just appointments and medical shit. Just full of it. I don't know how it happened. I'm usually good at scheduling this. I feel like you complain about that a lot, so apparently I'm not good at scheduling it anyways.
Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else.
Alright, well, I'm not looking for anyone else.
How can I assist you then, officer?
Is that your skiff?
Sure is. The Sun, I call her. Coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday.
Nice.
It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
Should I tell you about my car? Well, if we're gonna get married one day, you should know the best of me and the worst of me. That's my motor carriage over there.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
Probably don't tell. You need to date another drunk, so I was drunk.
This calls for a funeral, if you ask me.
You use senseless sensibility. Yeah, you're suggesting we honor the carcass of my former motor carriage?
Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all.
Maybe I should.
Quite odd. Our
Well,
things are
I wanted
part
to
of our
avoid
life
that
world.
one.
They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
Life world. Someone's been reading up on last century Gottwaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Alright, I'm in.
Oh, yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite?
You.
What music to play at the wake?
I can sing.
Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere.
Yeah, it's a pity we don't get to do frivolous side activities like all the side activities that we do.
Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do. Like the murder investigation, for
Oh,
example.
right.
You like the Capri funeral idea?
Like, of course he did. I was told, was it this one? Yeah, apparently this one is actually pretty rare to get, so maybe I should invest in it. I don't know the rewards for it yet. I didn't read through the full comment just yet. Well, I'm not even sure if they actually gave me the full info on it, but maybe. Okay, so I guess we can go talk to old lady McGee over here. That's not her name, Chronos. It might be her name.
The old woman still sits in her chair, continuing with her chores. As she does so, she quietly hums to herself.
You know it's like midnight, right?
The buzz of electric lights blends together with the slow rumble of the ocean waves at night.
You still up?
Yes, I can't really sleep anymore. Only a few hours a night. It happens when you grow older.
How much laundry are you washing?
My suggestion is, don't. Don't grow any older than you already are. That's old enough. What's troubling your
I
mind?
mean, trust me, I've tried to convince my body that, and man, does it not listen. Have you seen a redhead woman around named Ruby around the coast?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Are you blind? But you know who I'm talking about?
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
This isn't about the Union, you know. You don't have to worry about retaliation.
Ah, I should have known. This is yet another Union mess. I'm not afraid of them, you know. We are not in the habit of being afraid around here.
Okay, that's the opposite of what I said. I see. You know something, but you decide not to tell us.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, man. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out.
Oh, I see. Maybe later then. Okay, well that updated that quest, yeah? Okay, so yeah, now it's just the washerwoman's hiding something. I guess we don't need to talk to these guys, but I'll just double check to see if they have anything new.
Tequila sunset.
Oh, well, it's here. Do you have any information about a redheaded woman here?
Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys.
There are literally two, just slightly north of you.
It's a touchy topic. He hasn't got laid in ages.
Understandably, have you seen him?
He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
Thank you for calling me Saya, Drama. Alrighty then. Okay, so we advanced a little bit on that quest. If I go into my shack, will you leave for the night, Kim? Or do I have to go back to the Whirling Rags? There's so many autosaves down here. I thought those overwrit those cells, but it doesn't look like it is. All right, Kim, going in here.
It's getting cold this late in the night.
Okay.
Time to call it a day.
Kim, bye.
Good night, officer.
Into the shack. We'll look around, though. See waves at the church? Because I actually haven't done that in here, have I? I haven't looked around at all. Old science fiction magazines. Look about bird watching. Ooh. Why are you oofing that, Chronos? I don't know. Get it on CD-ROM. You know, that's a callback that you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. My dad used to have, like a CD-ROM thing. Oh, Jesus, on our first computer. About birds, what they look like, what their calls are. It was really cool. I wonder what other stuff they have now. They must have a lot of different stuff like that.
Corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level.
There
with
was...
the others.
Oh, man. We had these old games on floppy disk. If anyone knows what that is anymore. One was an F1 racing thing. It was really fun. There was another one about the Vietnam War, which, you know, thinking back on it, some of it was kind of offensive, but very heavily racial overtones when you think about that sort of stuff. There was another mech game that was really, really cool. I don't remember the name of the mech game. I do know my dad eventually, like, God, years later, he would set up like this old, like he had like this steering wheel arcade thing that he hooked up for the F1 game. That was great. That was many years when we actually had way better computers and floppy disks were no longer a thing. Oh, back in those days, you actually had to like keep the manual because it had codes to start the game. God, oh Jesus. Anyways,
The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched.
move the floorboard aside.
Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
What's in there?
Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea.
Well, then clearly we should stick our hand in
You
there.
stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then something hard wrapped in paper.
What is
A
it?
small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet.
A bullet?
A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber. Like your own Villiers pistol. for
Okay.
example. The floorboard doesn't care. But maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
Who, the old woman or Ruby?
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, such as it is, without the expression. It's just hairy.
I could shave, couldn't I? That's the thing here?
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
I don't like facial hair myself, but I don't think I have the hand-eye coordination to shave. Which is kind of sad. I'm gonna put a level into it at some point. Maybe I got clothes. I don't think I do, to be quite honest. That's one of the few things I haven't gotten buffs for. Yeah. Oh, do I not actually get the bullet? Okay. I thought I did. We have a lot of stuff to interact with. Is there no bath here? Oh, shit. I need to take a bath, though. How do I take a bath? Do I confront her about the bullet now or wait to Kim? I'm gonna wait for Kim. What are my chances of hitting with you right now?
Hi, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast.
Okay, that's great. 1 second. Hold that thought. Do I have anything for suggestion? I get minus suggestions a lot, which I guess is understandable. Just one suggestion?
Hi, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast.
Okay, 50-50 shot.
Mind, officer.
Well, 58%, 42 shot. Come on. It's a white check, so we can always level up again.
Oh, yes,
Fuck!
it does. You need to get your drink on. There is no other way for human beings to procreate. Not after 6,000 years of yeast cultivation-based mating rituals.
Well, I mean, why is it every time I make a flirtatious remark in this game, it just comes down to, hey, wanna fuck? That's it. There's no shitty, like, flirtatious, like, hey, you come here often, or, wow, must have hurt falling from heaven. Like, Jesus. I want to be close to you, but there's but one way, and it's intimacy, I guess. Since the dawn of mankind, Al Ghul has watched over the reprocreations of our species. Lay with me. Let's celebrate the ghoul. Look, I'm not insane. Okay. I'm not insane. I'm mostly super and sorry. And I'm a good cop. Until I give these drugs to this kid in a minute. Hey, you want to sleep together? Drunk date.
Funny. Funny sailor jokes. Sorry if I'm not laughing out loud, but the comedy has worn thin over the years.
At least you're thinking I'm kidding.
Wait. Now you reminded her of the husband. It's okay. She just hasn't figured out how these things work between the sexes. Keep at it.
Yeah,
She'll come around.
good job suggestion, you fucking idiot. Okay, so I'll put a level in that. I'm sorry. Yeah, apparently... Oh, who the fuck are you?
I'll just keep
Oh,
the
Joyce!
in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier. Hi, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Jetty. I
Hello.
prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty.
Right, hi, ma'am.
Hello, detective. It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
I need your help right away. No time to talk. What brings you here?
Nothing really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps.
Really?
As far as I can tell.
It's on my map.
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
So how do you like it around here?
How do I like it?
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the back.
We haven't seen any dogs. How is there dog shit?
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
No.
I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in her scabbard. A sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
She's pretty nice.
All right. Politics time. Let's react. Real men. Real politics. Real thoughts in your head.
I mean, let's be honest here. This place is doomed either way.
Maybe.
Above you, there forms a quilt of altocumulus clouds, twisting into each other. The wind tugs and stretches them over the bay. Their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of Revachol West. Wherever they pass, the temperature drops slightly, but perceptibly. It's early spring, and the rains are coming. An officer enters a low hut of stone and wood. Inside, weapons are piled against the walls. Rifles with splintering stocks, and swords, tens, if not hundreds. They're antiques, says Lieutenant John, the archetype McCoy, to his partner. They're digging them up from the catacombs now, fixing them. Old caches.
Like the ones we found. Okay.
The children carry them up. Come May, the streets will be flooded. Outside, the wind rattles the loose hatches, flooded with cheap weapons.
So can I go back to that
hands.
room at the Whirling Rags and bathe?
Have I told you how they discovered this place?
The island?
No, the Insulindian Isola.
What's so insular about it?
I'm guessing you don't know then.
Who are you?
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around
Thanks?
45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
Literacy rate is 44%. I mean, to be fair, this is probably better than me.
I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day.
Well, I have
For
time now.
How can I assist you in this new location? I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism.
Who gave you...
I would not
Are you
want
working
to
with the
delay
Hardy
you.
Boys? They hate you, don't they?
This story she will tell only before she leaves Martinez, at the very end of her stay.
Okay.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with. While
Well,
you're
I don't see
in
any options for that thought I have. I do have that equipped, yeah. So, I don't really know how to get her to comment on that. I had a couple comments saying that I should talk to her about that. Maybe it's in one of these?
I fear I've told you all I know. Is there anything else I can help you with?
She's not even asking you anything.
Oh, okay.
It's so easy to just say.
He asked me to open a door?
A referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. Don't answer that.
No, like a real door, like to someone's house.
Oh my. A real door?
Yeah, that helps scare someone from Mr. Claire. You know what? Yeah, it had to be done. Also, the guy was a racist, so fuck him.
That's good to hear, Detective. Police work is rarely pretty, but it sounds like you did what you had to do.
Her bartering mind cannot fathom that you didn't ask anything in return.
That's the Union militant ready to fully cooperate with the investigation. The Union militant organized the lynching.
Yes. That's the talk about town. The Hardy Boys.
I just want to know how you... Did Kim tell you? Because we haven't talked to anyone. Oh, maybe the washerwoman, maybe? Everett says the Wild Pine sent mercenaries after the Union and now the one's dead.
Misinformation. This is all because we haven't shared information on the lynching yet. See? Already the adversary uses it to their advantage. Don't let him.
Joyce, I don't give a fuck about either of the parties here, to be quite honest. This whole place is just a clusterfuck.
Hurry up on that probe. The moment you tell me you're finished at the traffic jam, I will gladly tell you the company's side of the story.
She must really want you to look into the drugs.
Oh, okay. I was like, what probe? What the fuck? Like, you want me to abduct someone and probe them? That's
She was
kind of rude.
worried for a moment that she's overplayed her hand by not sharing info sooner. Then she settles down, curious to hear more.
How benevolent. Hopefully they'll help you sort this whole business out, if they haven't already.
Well, it was a cover-up. Also, we have a suspect. So I'm assuming I'll be able to do both of these.
It looks like you may untie this knot yet.
There's something in you that really likes the way she's looking at you just now.
Okay. Well, maybe I can have two wives in this world. Okay.
Actually, Detective, there are lighter topics to gossip about.
He asked me to deliver an envelope?
Sounds like he has you running errands, Detective. A well-established dominance ritual. Where did he have you deliver it?
Here.
Here? Oh no. What does that bloated hellbat want with my little cinder block town?
It's clear the village has already grown dear to her. Strangely so. Why did she come here?
Maybe she used to live here.
No, don't tell me. I don't want to know what he has in store for this place. Probably a statue. It's a statue, right?
Well, I mean, legally speaking, I don't think he has any way of actually doing it because I had 3 drunks sign it.
Giant statue of him. Or better yet, his twin brother. Practically the same thing, but makes him seem less like a psychopath.
Now, he wants to build a youth center, quote unquote.
A youth center with Edgar Clare's statue on top of it.
You're really hooked up on that statue thing.
Go ahead. Help him. Make it so. I have no power to stop him.
I didn't help him. I fucked him over, but you're quite fond of this village, aren't you?
I should be. In my youth, I had a brief dalliance here in Martinez. He was an older man with impossibly broad shoulders.
Relatable?
He's probably dead by now. Even his shack is long gone. Not that it matters. These buildings are all
okay.
carbon copies of one another.
So this is when you were slumming it.
I'm glad to see your short-term memory appears intact. In any case, I wasn't a teen anymore. I would have been in my early 20s. I remember a distinctly vile disco track.
All of them. Sounds like you missed those times.
Not overly so. It's not like this was the only place we visited. Me and my girlfriends from Azon with our shiny boats. Like reavers, we told ourselves we were the worst thing to happen to the coast since the Coalition landed in '08. Imagine.
She's sentimental, all right. You don't know enough about her to find out why exactly. She will keep her secrets for now.
Would you prefer something else, not a youth center?
First, there won't be a
Oh, I
youth
know.
center. Whatever he's told you or the residents, it'll be something horrific, perhaps even worse than a statue. So, yes, I do.
Like what?
A fishery. I've been speaking with Lillian here.
How?
She gave me the idea. The infrastructure is all here, and with my connections...
How the fuck have you been speaking with her? You literally just landed here and I've been talking to you this entire time.
Sadly, it's just one of the million things I'll never get round to. I just have to accept that I'll never be the rich candy girl who goes around solving people's problems with money.
It'd be fun, right? So you said you can't buy this place?
Yes. I'm sad I'll never have the time, Detective. I've always wanted a dilapidating fishing village.
Me too.
She is more defensive about it than usual.
Full of ghosts and ancient memories. Has this errand yielded you any information?
Hey, help me find my gun.
Oh. That's so helpful of him.
I'm not gonna flash around, I'm just saying I'm glad I found it.
Thank God. And indeed, Mr. Everard as well. In this investigation, one may have use for a firearm. You wouldn't want to get caught with your pants down.
I mean, I could take my pants off, but this whole thing's a cover-up.
Is what you're about to say when a cold streak runs through your heart. Once said, there is no going back, Harry.
Oh, okay, so I should ask her more stuff.
Yes. What if something happens to her and you've left one question unasked? Sneaky little question escapes your eye.
Okay.
Of course, Detective. You can always drop by later, should something come up. Well, technically.
Not there.
What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there.
Okay.
She wants to merely represent. She
Right.
nods.
More with a
Of course.
strike. Okay, nothing
Of course.
right
Don't
there.
tell her you've met Everard right away.
We already did. Oh, that fucking spent time. All right.
Of course. Anything to... I am sorry to have been the bearer. More lessons in basic
Ooh.
morality.
Oh,
My favorite
okay.
part of the day. Go ahead. Ask me anything.
What is reach for something fundamental?
What is all of this? The scent, the sound, the air.
What world? The only one, I suppose. The world of matter. And its pale antipode.
The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water.
What do you see?
Great bodies of water. Forest-covered surfaces. Clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough. There is a term of endearment they coin for it. In the DeLorean century. when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included.
Oh, what is it?
Elysium.
Is there someone named Pyra or Mithra there? This world needs a term of endearment. Is this the one with the evil apes? Elysium, this world needs a term of endearment.
It does. There are those who would call it hell.
Yeah, no, this place is fucked up. What is hell?
A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mesk petro-fascists.
I don't know, keep explaining, I guess.
You want a picture of the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit.
How come?
Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways.
Sideways, then what shape is this world
We
then?
used to think it was a sphere, but that is beginning to look less and less likely by the day. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
ORG, Occident Revichol-Grad.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three scientific contributors, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
Oh no, this world has that too?
Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
Okay.
A cold fear seeps into you.
Oh god, wait, what the hell are you telling
You
me?
seem to be spooked. Please don't be.
The pale, what do you mean by
They
corona?
say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness. I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced
What the
about
fuck is
what
this
we're dealing
world?
with here.
It sounded like you were trying to tell me the world, like, broke apart. We would know that, though. Well, actually, we probably wouldn't know that because we would be dead. Instantly.
But this is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together. However naive it may sound.
A fractured corona doesn't feel like it's going to bring anyone together.
You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
I don't know if you say it's disco.
Everyone finds something worth holding on to in this world, however wasted its opportunities.
You're always pleasant to talk to, Joyce.
The cold seeps into you. The air is heavy with 80% humidity.
That is a lot of humidity.
Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there, on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides.
Okay, what is the pale?
The Pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality. It is the opposite of reality.
Okay, but what is it?
Okay. The Pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, Detective. The separative tissue between the islas. It is the inter-islary mass.
What is the pale like?
Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The Pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
Fun.
The negation of being.
The negation of being.
That's right. The negation of being.
Is it here?
No, Detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north.
One
and even more
second.
To the south, east, and west. You are in the
I
middle
gotta
of the
translate
east.
into American. You know, Godspeak. Kilometers. No, wait. Why does it keep auto-correcting? Kilometers a mile. God damn it. 6,000 kilometers is actually 3,728.227 miles. Why didn't you just say that, Joyce?
As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach.
6,000 kilometers from the end of the world? And point no... Yeah.
Yes. That is enough. Many cities are built much closer.
And I wouldn't want to live near the end of the world. And point north. There?
An uproar of matter, darling. Rising into the pale. Rolling. Evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the pale is called Porch Collapse.
Alright, so when she said rolling, I so wanted to make a Limp Bizkit reference, and had a visual of Fred Durst just coming onto the scene and singing.
Imagine a grey coronal mist, cold vapor, marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism. A mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's the most disco thing you will ever see.
Cool. What are the physical qualities?
It's difficult to describe.
Try.
Even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic. The further into pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension. Right down to the mathematical. Numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier. It may be impossible.
Okay. If surrounded by the pale, how do you get from Isla to Isla?
Oh, it is so difficult for us.
A squall of birds, hardware operating in the harbor. Firm, self-evident.
It is possible to force dimensions on the pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path. But it is still hard for humans to navigate the pale without getting lost, or having our minds damaged.
Okay, well, it sounds like I'd never want to go to the pale. The pale can damage minds.
Extensively.
How so?
Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter. They call it the blend over of the self. The pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
Who says and who argues?
Who says and who argues?
The logical positivists say, the dialectical materialists argue.
Oh man, that was a bunch of words you just said.
It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of pale exposure per year.
It's more for her. Way more.
You're not a civilian passenger.
No, Lieutenant Dubois. I'm entreprenetic business class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of pale transit annually.
Perhaps that explains her strange pining after the revolution. Some degraded early memories. Someone else you've met may have been exposed as well.
Ah,
A
right.
strange grey-haired woman in her lorry.
Do lorry drivers pass the pale?
Yes. Carried in the hulls of airships. It's a horrific job. Automation will abolish it soon.
That poor woman must have stories to tell, like you wouldn't imagine.
Are you over-radiated?
Up to my gills, officer.
An acidic smile on her lips. It's getting worse every year.
What's this?
Entreprenetics is the scientific study of the pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of grad. The study of the pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
They had not traveled the entire circumference of the Pericarnassian Super E Solar It was not merely in the west, it was everywhere, even then, surrounding them.
Do they cross it, the western plain?
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the Pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years.
Okay.
Nothing. We remain powerless before the Pale. The only real advance in Pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later.
Okay. Aerostatic?
Hybrid airships, Detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended, once you've crossed from near Pale to far Pale. In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end. If we throw them precisely.
If we do not.
Then they don't.
Gone, like a skipping stone beneath the surface.
How much appeal is there compared to the world?
The Pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more Pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping.
Slipping how?
What do you think, Detective?
It's growing the more there's more and more pale?
Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the Pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate. An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the Pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists.
Well, it's not really extreme if it's gonna happen.
Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge. I suggest you do the same.
Cool.
Off we go. You see the hanged man's mouth open.
Off we go into the wild pale yonder.
One and all. They say Pale is death, but for the universe.
Why should we just leave, and the world get left behind?
You're right, we should destroy it too. Let's return to reality, please.
Yes, sweet reality. But before we do, tell me, Detective, is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
Well, the hangman did say that stuff. It's just alcohol fumes black. I sometimes sense vague shadows of the past, and it's not good. In a sense of who I am, but no, I didn't know this. Well, we did know some of that. If we quoted the hangman, right? If the hangman knows that, yeah, then we probably knew it ourselves. How about, yeah, I don't know. Like, all of that was new information for me. I'm not sure about Harrier here, but I mean, the number 2 isn't really confirming. Like, none of these confirm it, so I'll just go with I'm getting a sense of who I am, but no, I didn't know this.
Beyond curious. Tell me, what do you think of the Pale?
It'll end all life. That rides Disco. I think it's just at all. It is a testament to our faith in one another. Since we can only be stopped with an immediate, total, ruthless communism. The powerful anti-communist force, too powerful, but still, they have it coming. I'm worried. I have to say, it doesn't sound very liberal to me. I don't know how you survived with it. It's a huge accomplishment. Does sound like it will end all life. It is somewhat terrifying. I mean, yeah, it is. It's terrifying.
Your ailing constitution, sweaty forehead, the beads there, and your heavy breathing.
You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then...
I'll handle it, probably. I'm doing alright. You know what? This investigation will be my masterpiece. The one they will remember me
I
by.
hope so. I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him and he is very competent.
Some of that assurance is meant for herself, as much as it's meant for you. She must have a lot on the line here.
You have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time.
Okay, well, I'm gonna end the episode here because this went on for a
I
while.
know.
I'll come talk to you again later, after I go give drugs to a kid. That's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all then. Bye.